Hey Jake. Long time no see. How have you been?
Hey Emma. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been good, thanks. Actually, I've been trying to learn English faster lately. It's a bit frustrating, sometimes I feel like I'm not improving at all.
Oh, I totally get that. Learning a language can be really tough. But what's making you feel stuck? Have you tried any specific methods?
Well, I've been taking classes and studying grammar books, but progress is slow. I want to find the fastest way to learn English, you know. Something efficient that really works.
That's a great goal. Fastest can mean different things depending on your style and goals, but there are definitely proven strategies to speed up your learning. Maybe we can talk through what you've tried and find ways to improve.
Absolutely. I'm open to any ideas.
Cool. So, first off, how much time do you spend practicing English each day?
Probably around 30 minutes, sometimes an hour if I have free time.
That's a decent start. But one of the fastest ways to learn any language is consistency. Daily practice, even if it's just 15 to 20 minutes, beats irregular long sessions. Think of it like working out a muscle. Frequent use builds strength faster.
Makes sense. So daily short practice. What should I focus on during those sessions? Just grammar.
Grammar is important, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. The fastest learners focus on all four skills together: reading, writing, listening, and speaking.
I usually only do reading and writing exercises. Speaking makes me nervous, and listening is hard because native speakers talk so fast.
You're not alone there. But speaking and listening are actually crucial for rapid progress, especially if you want to use English in real life. Your brain needs to get used to the sounds and flow of the language, and that happens best through active listening and speaking.
Okay, so how do I get better at listening? I find watching movies or TV shows challenging because they speak too fast and use slang.
Great question. The trick is to start with simplified listening materials that match your current level, then gradually increase the difficulty. For example, try English podcasts or YouTube channels designed for learners. They speak clearly and slowly.
Like what? Can you recommend some?
Sure. Channels like English Class 101, BBC Learning English, or VOA Learning English are excellent. They often include subtitles and explain new vocabulary, which helps a lot.
Subtitles help a lot for me, yes.
Exactly. You can listen once without subtitles to test your understanding, then watch again with subtitles to catch what you missed.
What about speaking practice? I don't have many chances to speak English in my daily life.
That's a common issue. But the fastest learners create opportunities for speaking no matter what. You can try 1. Language exchange apps like Tandem or HelloTalk. 2. Shadowing. Listen and immediately repeat out loud. 3. Talking to yourself. Describe your day, plans, or read aloud.
Sounds silly, but I guess it makes sense.
It really helps build your speaking confidence and muscle memory for sounds. It's low pressure because no one's listening.
What about vocabulary? I often forget new words I learn.
Vocabulary is key, and retention depends on how you learn. The fastest way to memorize words is to learn them in context rather than isolated lists.
Could you give me an example?
Instead of just memorizing the word bizarre, learn a sentence like, "The movie was bizarre because nothing made sense." This way, you remember how the word is used.
That's interesting. And what about tools like flashcards?
Flashcards are helpful, especially digital ones with spaced repetition like Anki or Quizlet. These apps remind you to review words just before you might forget them, which strengthens your memory.
Okay, I've heard of Anki but never used it seriously.
Give it a try. Just don't overload yourself. Add a few words each day, review them regularly, and focus on those words in real sentences too.
Got it. What about grammar? Should I keep studying grammar rules or just focus on speaking and vocabulary?
Grammar is important, but don't let it slow you down. The fastest learners learn grammar naturally through exposure, by reading, listening, and speaking, rather than drilling endless rules.
So, more practical use and less memorizing grammar rules.
Exactly. When you notice a grammar pattern repeated in different contexts, it'll stick naturally. Of course, some targeted grammar study can help clarify tricky points, but don't make it your main focus.
That sounds more enjoyable too. Grammar exercises sometimes make me bored.
Totally. Language learning should be fun. The fastest way to learn is to immerse yourself in enjoyable activities. Do you like music or games?
Yeah, I love music and video games.
Perfect. Listen to English songs, look up the lyrics, and sing along. Play games in English, read in-game dialogues, or join online communities where players speak English.
I never thought about gaming as a learning tool. That could be fun.
It is. Plus, it gives you practical vocabulary and informal expressions that textbooks don't cover.
So, let me summarize what you said so far. Practice English every day, even 15 to 20 minutes. Focus on all 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Use graded listening materials and watch with subtitles. Speak as much as possible, even if it's to myself. Learn vocabulary in context and use spaced repetition apps. Study grammar lightly, focusing on natural exposure. Make learning fun with music, games, and topics I enjoy. Did I miss anything?
You nailed it. One last thing to mention is setting clear goals and tracking your progress. When you have specific targets, like learning 50 new words a week, or having a 5-minute conversation in English, it keeps you motivated.
That's a good point. Sometimes I feel lost without clear milestones.
Exactly. And celebrate small wins too. Every new word learned or every conversation completed is progress.
This is really helpful, Emma. Thanks for sharing. I feel more motivated now.
I'm glad. And remember, there's no magic pill. Fast learning means smart, consistent effort. But with the right approach, you can definitely speed up your progress.
I'm ready to try all these tips. Can we meet again next week and talk about how it's going?
Absolutely. And next time, I can share some advanced techniques to push your skills even further.
Looking forward to it.
Hey Jake. So, I've been trying to follow your advice. I'm practicing every day now, listening to podcasts, and even talking to myself. But sometimes I still feel stuck, especially with speaking and understanding native speakers in fast conversations.
Hey Emma. That's great to hear you're practicing daily. Feeling stuck at some point is totally normal, it's part of the process. Fast conversations can be overwhelming, but there are ways to bridge that gap.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like they're speaking a different language. What can I do to improve understanding those fast native speakers?
One very effective method is called active listening with repetition. Let me explain. You pick a short audio or video clip, ideally a conversation or speech, and listen carefully multiple times. The first time, just try to catch the general idea. The next times, focus on smaller chunks, even pausing and repeating sentences out loud.
That sounds useful. But isn't that time-consuming?
It takes time, but it's very efficient because you train your brain to recognize sounds and sentence structures at natural speed. Plus, by shadowing the speaker. Repeating exactly what they say right after you hear it, you improve your pronunciation, intonation, and fluency all at once.
Shadowing, right? You mentioned that before. I've tried it a little but not regularly.
Try to make it a daily habit, even just 5 to 10 minutes. It's like a workout for your mouth and brain to sync with native speech patterns. It also trains your ear to pick up nuances like contractions and connected speech, which is why native speakers can sound so fast.
Okay, I'll try to do more shadowing. Are there good materials for that?
Absolutely. Some popular resources with transcripts you can shadow include TED Talks, YouTube channels like English Addict with Mr. Steve or Rachel's English, and podcasts with transcripts like The English We Speak. Listen, read, shadow.
Nice. How about vocabulary? I feel like I learn new words but don't use them enough. They disappear from my memory after a few days.
That's a classic problem. The key is active use and spaced repetition combined with personalization.
Personalization?
Yeah. When you learn words related to your own interests, work, or daily life, it's easier to remember and use them. If you like cooking, learn related vocabulary and try talking or writing about cooking in English.
So, learn words connected to what I care about, and use them actively?
Exactly. Use spaced repetition apps like Anki to review, but also create your own sentences or short stories with new words to deepen memory.
That makes sense. I'll try making sentences or short paragraphs with new words.
Another trick is to group vocabulary by themes, travel, sports, emotions, to organize your learning.
Got it. Now, about speaking, I'm still shy to speak with native speakers or even other learners. I'm afraid of making mistakes or sounding silly.
Totally understandable. But making mistakes is the fastest way to improve. You learn by doing and correcting yourself.
Easier said than done. I don't have many opportunities to practice speaking with native speakers.
Let's think creatively. Join online conversation clubs, use language exchange apps like Tandem, record yourself, or participate in English forums and social media.
Recording myself sounds doable and low pressure.
It is. Narrate your day, retell stories, answer common questions aloud. Practice anywhere, anytime.
I'll start doing that.
Also, don't worry about perfect grammar or accent when speaking. Focus on clear communication. Native speakers usually appreciate effort even with mistakes.
Good to hear. Sometimes I get stuck trying to find the right word and phrase.
When stuck, try paraphrasing, use different words to express the same idea. For example, say, tastes very good, instead of delicious.
Paraphrasing sounds like a handy skill.
It is, and it helps maintain fluency instead of freezing. Practice paraphrasing consciously.
Okay. Another challenge I have is motivation. Some days I just don't feel like studying or practicing.
Motivation fluctuates. The key is to build habits and routines so learning becomes automatic.
Like brushing teeth every morning?
Exactly. Make English practice a daily routine, even if only 10 minutes, to keep momentum.
How do I keep it fun though? Sometimes grammar drills or vocabulary lists are boring.
Mix it up with fun activities, watch movies, listen to music, play games, read blogs or books on topics you enjoy. The more fun, the easier to stay consistent.
That's true. Sometimes I learn a lot just by watching YouTube videos about football or technology.
Perfect. Also, challenge yourself with productive challenges, like writing a daily diary or having a 5-minute conversation on new topics.
That sounds fun and motivating. Any tips on how to track progress?
Keep a learning journal, note what you studied, new words, reflections. Use apps that track streaks and achievements, like Duolingo or Memrise.
I've used Duolingo, but sometimes it feels like a game rather than serious learning.
It's both. Gamification builds habits. Combine with real-world practice like conversations and writing.
What about reading? Should I focus on books, news, or something else?
Start with graded readers, simplified books for learners, then move to original books or news as skills improve.
Any recommendations?
Penguin readers and Oxford bookworms are great. Choose genres you like to stay engaged.
I tried reading news, but sometimes the vocabulary is difficult.
Graded readers bridge that gap. Use tools like LinkU or ReadLang to read with instant dictionary and save new words.
I didn't know about those. I'll check them out.
When reading, don't skim. Summarize what you read by writing or speaking to improve comprehension and recall.
I can do that. Maybe write short summaries or explain the story to myself.
Exactly. You can even record video diaries describing your reading.
That's creative. What about writing? I'm not confident because I make many mistakes.
Writing improves with practice and feedback. Start small: emails, journals, social media, then longer texts.
How do I get feedback if I don't have teachers or friends who know English well?
Use online communities like Lang, 8 or Italki for corrections, or AI tools like me for review and suggestions.
That's useful. I didn't realize there were so many resources.
The internet makes learning faster and accessible.
So to summarize, advanced tips include active listening with repetition and shadowing, personalized vocabulary and thematic groups, overcoming speaking fear with recording and exchanges, paraphrasing to maintain fluency, daily habits with fun activities, graded readers with active summarizing, writing with feedback. Did I get it all?
Perfect summary. You're on your way to mastering English faster. Consistency, active use, and enjoying the process are key.
Thanks so much. This makes me feel excited to keep going.
Anytime. When ready, I'll share expert tips on thinking in English, tech tools, and immersion strategies.
Can't wait for part 3 then.
Hey Emma. I'm thrilled to hear about your progress. When you want to accelerate further, it's about deep immersion, mindset, and smart use of technology. Let's dive into some advanced techniques.
Hey Jake. I've been practicing all your tips from parts 1 and 2, and I'm seeing some progress. But I want to get even faster. What are the expert-level strategies for learning English quickly?
First, the mindset. The fastest learners think in English rather than translating from their native language. This sounds simple but is a huge shift.
Awesome. Where do we start?
It takes practice. Instead of mentally translating sentences, try to describe what you see, do, or plan in English right in your head. For example, see a cat. Think, the cat is sitting on the wall, not the translation.
Thinking in English? How do I do that?
Exactly. Over time, it helps you form sentences faster and speak naturally. Catch yourself translating and gently switch to thinking in English.
That sounds challenging, but I see how it helps speed things up.
Tons. Speech recognition apps, Google Assistant, Siri, help practice pronunciation. Language learning chatbots, Replica, ChatGPT, let you chat anytime. VR apps simulate real conversations. Smart flashcards combine images, sound, spaced repetition.
Got it. What about technology? Are there tools that can make learning faster?
VR can be amazing for immersion, but chatbots and speech recognition are great for daily practice too.
Wow, so many options. I use flashcards but no VR yet.
You can create a language bubble anywhere, change device language to English, follow English influencers, think in English, find local meetups, watch English media without subtitles when ready.
What about immersion in real life? I don't live in an English-speaking country.
Confusion means you're learning. The more immersion, the faster you adapt.
I've changed my phone language. It's helpful but confusing sometimes.
Balance immersion with breaks and fun activities. Don't force full understanding at once. Enjoy small wins and remember why you want to learn.
Any tips to stay motivated during immersion? It can feel overwhelming.
Think out loud, narrate your thoughts. Use chunking, learn common phrases as units. Set performance goals like speeches or debates. Practice active reading, underline, guess meanings. Keep a language diary for reflection.
Makes sense. Other expert tips for fluency?
Learn fixed phrases as whole units. How's it going? I'm looking forward to it, instead of single words. It helps speak naturally and faster. Listen for chunks and shadow them.
Chunking? Explain more?
Yes. Also, focus on error correction in context, practice tricky mistakes specifically rather than obsessing over all errors.
That would help speaking faster.
Both. Record and listen to yourself. Ask native speakers or teachers for constructive feedback. Make sure feedback helps, not discourages.
Should I self-correct or ask others?
Cultivate a growth mindset, believe you improve with effort. Say, I'm learning, instead of, I can't. It boosts motivation and resilience.
I'll keep that in mind. Last tips to learn faster?
Exactly. One last powerful technique, teach what you learn. Explain new words or grammar to others or yourself. Teaching deepens understanding and memory.
I like that. Reminds me to be patient but persistent.
Make videos, blog posts, or just talk aloud explaining things you learned. It forces you to organize knowledge clearly.
Teach? How?
I'm happy to help. Speed comes from consistent effort, smart techniques, and enjoying the journey. Keep practicing daily, stay curious, and don't fear mistakes.
Emma, this has been incredible. So many tools and strategies for fast learning.
You will.
Thank you. I'm motivated to reach fluency sooner than I imagined.
If you need advice, I'm here.
I appreciate that. Let's keep in touch and share progress.
Deal. Good luck, and happy learning.